Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about something you've never seen on your screen, but websites use it every day. It's called browser fingerprinting. Even if you use incognito mode, even if you clear cookies, even if you never log in your account, websites can still track and recognize you. So in this video I will explain what browser fingerprinting really is, how it's different from cookies, how it works in simple terms, who uses it and why, should you be worried about it, and what you can realistically do to protect your privacy. No deep technical stuff, just clear examples and real use cases. Let's go. Okay, so I will try to give you a real-world example of this. Imagine you're walking into a coffee shop. You're one of 1,000 customers, but the barista will notice a few things about you. A brown jacket, eyeglasses, taking an espresso, and so on. With those details, barista will simply be able to recognize you next time, even without your name. Browser fingerprinting is the same idea. Websites notice small details about you and your browser and use them to create your profile, which is called your digital fingerprint. Now back to my real-world example, ordering coffee. When you accept cookies in a website, think of them as your coffee shop loyalty card. You give it to the coffee person, they stamp it, and your 10th coffee is free. If you don't give them the card then, they will not be able to check that's you and give you a free coffee. And now, compared to the cookies, browser fingerprint is basically your online face. You don't have to give the card to the barista anymore. He will remember you as someone wearing brown jacket, eyeglasses, and always taking an espresso. Again, even without the card, they will know what coffee you're taking. Now, why does that matter for online safety? Cookies are stored on your device and you can delete them, but your fingerprint is revealed automatically to every website and you cannot disagree with it, even if you don't log in your account or use incognito or VPN or proxy. The digital profile browser fingerprint is used to track you and profile you across different websites every day. It's a bit scary, is it? Now, whenever you open literally any website, two things happen. One, you open your page, and two, the website tries to understand who you are. I mean, not your name, but a set of these things. Are you a real person or a bot? Have you been here before? Are you trustworthy or suspicious? Are you trying to pretend like you're someone else? And to answer these questions, websites collect certain signals from your browser and device. A collection of these signals is what's called a browser fingerprint. I'll explain these signals in a second. The browser fingerprint contains more than 50 signals in total. Most of them are super technical and unfortunately invisible. I will list a few simple examples now just to give you an idea. Now the first thing is browser and operating system. Websites can see what browser you have, for example Chrome 140, and also operating system, Windows, macOS, iOS, Android, and its version as well. Next up is screen and device details. Websites are able to see your screen resolution, touch parameters, screen model, color depth, and so on. For example, you have macOS and Safari in 2560 to 1080 screen. This already narrows you down a lot. Next up is fonts. Believe me, your computer has a very specific set of fonts. Websites can check which of your fonts actually exist or don't exist, and also if they correspond to your OS. And this is quite powerful because font sets vary between users a lot. And you understand that if you have 1,000 custom fonts installed, this also narrows things down a lot. Next up is time zone and language. For example, you're browsing from Germany, European time zone, and English set as browser language. These are three very strong signals. Next up is hardware and performance. Websites are easily able to reveal your CPU and RAM amounts, your graphic card model, and exact models of your iPhone or Android phone. And the last one is maybe one of the most scary signals out there, behavior patterns. Yes, it even gets down to your behavior patterns online. Websites are able to identify and track your typing and tapping patterns as well as mouse and click movements. And all of this adds up into a unique combination, your personal profile or browser fingerprint. Your profile will be absolutely unique among millions of other users thanks to so many signals tracked and compiled, just like your real fingerprint. This is where most people get confused, thinking that declining cookies at website will help. Let's compare these two side by side. Cookies are stored in your browser, you can see them, you can delete them, and you might not accept them. Now fingerprinting, nothing is stored, nothing to delete, happens in real time, and you cannot disagree. So when people say, I have a cookie blocking app or ad block, I'm safe, that's only half true. You understand that browser fingerprinting doesn't need cookies. Plus, many websites use both. Cookies for convenience and fingerprinting for backup safety. I know that browser fingerprinting itself might sound like hacker stuff to you, but it's not evil. You need to understand that of course it's used for your safety and even preventing crime. So it all depends on how it's used and where it's used. Now, I will list some common legitimate use cases for browser fingerprinting. Fraud prevention, especially in banking and crypto, detecting bots and scrapers, preventing fake accounts and account theft on social media, preventing impersonation, protecting your ads from click fraud, and of course, cyber attack protection. So, bank websites and apps, crypto, marketplaces, social media, video and music streaming platforms, advertising, government, all of these services, pretty much everything around you relies on this mechanism safety-wise. And also, I need to mention some of the less legitimate uses for browser fingerprinting. Tracking users across multiple websites without consent, collecting people's personal data for advertising, blocking VPN and proxy users, and enforcing social platform rules. Now, what do you mean by enforcing rules? What's that? I will give an easy example. Have you ever been instantly logged out of your account, blocked or restricted, flagged or received a warning message, or faced a captcha check 10 times in a row? Most likely, browser fingerprinting was in action. And the answer is, it depends. Yes and no, I will explain. For average everyday privacy or maybe private search, you don't have to worry about that. You can use Brave, DuckDuckGo or any other alternative you like, and that'll be enough. Privacy browsers will be just enough for basic personal data protection. Brave also offers a commercial VPN on board for just $9, which will be a useful addition for your personal needs. But a whole different story here if you operate commercial, sensitive or company accounts. Yes, you should be worried, and you should be using safer and better tools for that. Now, for business and commercial use, Gologin is best. It allows you to run multiple browser sessions which are completely isolated from each other and also from browser fingerprinting on every website. Now, listen to this again carefully. Gologin is able to completely protect your browsing from browser fingerprinting. Now, if you manage client accounts or corporate accounts with advertising on social media and you want them safe, Gologin is totally your solution and is completely worth the money. And the good news is, yes, you can bypass browser fingerprinting, but only with special tools. Here's a short list of these methods: clearing cookies, not accepting them, adblock, incognito mode, Chrome browser profile security extensions, using some obscure different browsers, using VPN, using proxy, and even using some of the most popular privacy browsers. We'll get there in a second. Now, I need to tell that there are only some working solutions against browser fingerprinting, and there's two categories: privacy browsers that block browser fingerprinting, for example, Brave browser or Malware browser. And also second category is Antidetect browsers, for example Gologin or Multilogin. Okay, now what's the real difference between these two categories, because all of them are sometimes called privacy browsers. Now let's compare Brave browser and Gologin browser. Brave browser actually blocks browser fingerprinting in most cases. Brave browser is a working solution if you just need some more privacy in your life, but their problem is their blocking approach simply breaks some of the websites, especially social media, which is a problem. Plus, don't be surprised here, you can get blocked on social media if you try to block browser fingerprinting. Social platforms don't like that because data collection is their main source of income. Now, to compare Brave with Gologin, which is an Antidetect browser, Gologin on the other side replaces your original fingerprint with a different one, which is as real as yours. It's mostly used by marketing agencies which need good safety for their multiple client and commercial accounts. Now, how does that work? Gologin is actually able to replace all of the parameters I mentioned before. You can manage multiple real identities for your social accounts, and social media doesn't even notice. That's how safe it is. And compared to Brave, Gologin doesn't break any website functionality, thanks to good proxies and being completely authentic and transparent. Now, final thoughts: browser fingerprinting isn't about hacking or paranoia, being scared of tracking everywhere. It's more about being aware of and knowing how the modern internet actually works. If you found this helpful, hit like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what topics should I cover next. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.